Welcome to Brand Rescue, a public relations podcast where we dig into the truth about what it's actually like to work in PR. I'm Whitney Lee. I ditched my fancy corporate job to freelance in small town USA and ended up building an international PR agency. On this show, we skip all the BS and sugarcoating and get into the conversations our industry should be having. It's all real talk, and we love a hot take. Glad you're here. Let's get to it. Hey, friends. This is our first episode to be live and on location. I don't know if you can hear all the hubbub happening behind me, but it's about 10 p.m. at a wine bar in Barcelona, Spain. And I brought my little baby Mike with me, and I am just posted up in the most perfect spot right now. I need to paint this picture for y'all. This little wine bar has like a garage door that opens up, and they have like the cutest little living room setup. And so you can like sit on the couch, but it feels like you're on the street corner. And everybody is out and about. So if you hear music, there's Amy Winehouse in the background. Yes, they listen to all American music over here. Nobody speaks English, but they all listen to American music. And they all sing along. And I'm like, you have no idea what you're saying. In Barcelona, I have encountered people who speak English for sure. But I went to Madrid last weekend and ain't nobody speaking English in Madrid. And in fact, they definitely have a very like proud, we speak Spanish, and they don't cater to speakers, and I'm okay with that. We're in freaking Spain, So we've been testing my Espanol, but it's coming back. I used to be really strong so that I did summer school in Madrid 20 years ago, and I used to be like borderline fully fluent, and it is so true. If you don't use it, you lose it. So anyway, that is my summer European update. We've just been hanging in Barcelona, doing a little day trip to like some coastal cities. For those of you who have been following on this whole European journey, and for those of you that are new, I am in Europe for 90-ish days, just doing my thing, working and traveling. So anyway, that's not the purpose of this episode. The purpose of this episode is actually talking about, I think, a topic that we all really, really struggle with. And that is clients not giving us enough freaking time to do a great job. Okay. We have been facing this for years. Since I started in the business, since I started my career, nobody ever gives enough time to get things done. And I want to flip the script a little bit, and I don't want to make this episode a bitch fest. Maybe we all need that, like, isn't it so freaking therapeutic when you need another PR person? and you're like, hey, when clients do this, and then you like go down this rabbit hole of like, oh my God, yes, and you can like commiserate with each other. We can commiserate for like 5 minutes, but then after that, we need to move past it and figure out like, how do we tackle this? Okay, I had to take a sip of wine. I am not a white wine drinker, but Spanish white wine is so bomb. Okay, so yes, we got to figure out how do we like tackle this, and how do we handle it. And actually, I'd love to hear from y'all too. Like, how do you handle it? Because this is a problem across the board. Okay, we see it in a few different ways. Number one, for grand openings, we had multiple clients reach out to us for grand openings, literally a week before the freaking place opens. And I'm like, what can I do with that, bro? What am I going to do with this? 1 week. And then, of course, they're like, yeah, and our goal is to have 600 people waiting at the doorstep, completely on the doors. And I'm like, baby boo, you should have called me like 4 months ago. I could have knocked this out of the park 4 months ago. And then you also got clients that wait forever and ever to approve things or say yes to things, and you have like a week to promote it. and it just doesn't end well. And y'all know that. Like I'm preaching to the choir here now. So first of all, let's talk about like brand openings for a hot second. We and how do we handle this? Okay. So we work with a lot of, we call them milestone clients, maybe, and this is they engage us for some kind of milestone, whether that's a grand opening or a renovation or anniversary, some kind of like reason, celebration, situation has inspired them to hire us. And they contact us too late. I actually had a guy probably 2 years ago reach out to me about opening a new location. And he's like, I am opening in 2 weeks and I need this place to be full. And I straight up was like, dude, I can't help you. And it was the best thing I could have ever done. Number one, I'm looking out for my team. I love the women who work with me and I love my team, and we are a team. And it is my job to bring in good, valuable clients for us. And if I said yes to him and set my team's hair on fire like that, I feel like that's like doing my people dirty. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can say yes to the money and make my team figure it out, but that's really just, pardon my French, that's a dick move. Okay. If you're listening, I love you. Sorry. That's a dick move. Full blown. So I'm not going to do that to my team, first of all. And secondly, it's not even about doing that to my team. It's about doing a good job. And so instead of telling that guy, hey, that's not enough time, no, 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 like we charge a premium fee for that, blah, blah, blah. This is what I said to that guy. Hey, I think you have an amazing concept and I really want it to get the attention it deserves. But I'll be honest with you, like, I don't feel good about taking your money and not giving you the end result that you really deserve. Like, I can't do the best job in 2 weeks. I really can't. And I will feel guilty as a human being and a business owner to take your money and give you just mediocre results. And his immediate response to me was like, oh my God, thank you. He was like, how much time do you need to like do a good job? And I was like, honestly, usually like 3 months. And I'm like, but here's realistically what I could accomplish if we want to go much faster than that. Here's realistically what I could accomplish. If you give me 1 month, then here's what I can do. If you give me 3 months, here's what I can do, you know? But I also know that there's like sensitive timing of like if you're open already for like 3 months and then you do a grand opening, it's like that's kind of bold news. You know what I mean? So I told him that. I'm like, you can't let it go too long because you're already opening and it'll be old news. So maybe we just go with the 1 month option. It's really not the biggest and best thing we can do, but it will get you some exposure, and I think people appreciate when you shoot them straight like that. So that's kind of how I handle it. I see a lot of agencies do this. It's like, oh, we charge a premium rush fee. All that does is tell the client, like, you've annoyed me because we have to work faster and you're going to pay more for it. And even though that is true, like they should pay more for it, I think the moment you humanize it and you're like, no, this is more about like, I want to do a good job for you. You make it about them. Stop making it about you. And this makes us like stop everything we're doing and we have to put other clients aside and John, 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 John. Like, stop making it about you and make it about them. To say, like, I don't do anything half-assed. I really don't. I like to not. If I take on a client, I want to knock it out of the park. And at the end of the relationship, I want you to say, I am so glad I met Whitney and I'm so glad I worked with True Story, you know? And honestly, at 1 month out, there are certain things that I physically can't accomplish for you. If we miss deadlines for certain press opportunities, there's physically nothing I can do. And I don't want you to be disappointed in us when it's just honestly too late. You know what I mean? Like for magazines, for certain things that have longer lead time. So I think that's something for all of us to think about is like, let's stop, even though we internally know, like, yeah, this is going to set all of our hair on fire. It's all about the way you position it to them, right? Of like, so you make it about them. And at the end of the day, it really is about them. And I know that you guys agree with that. Like, you want to do the best job too, and they should pay a rush fee. But that is the point aside, right? So that's kind of how I handle grand openings. Is like I have like if you give us ample time, we can knock it out of the park with ABC. If you give us 1 month, I can knock it out of the park with A. And ain't no option for B and C. And we'll do the absolute best we can because I just want to be realistic with you. We can try B and C, but I'll be honest with you, like it's probably not going to happen. And people, there's so many like so people are freeing about people when they're like, no, I really can't take your money if I can't do a good job. Then the moment I said that to that guy, I don't even know him at all. The moment I said that to that guy, immediately he like started to trust me because I was just like, it's not even about the money. It's about like I can't do that, you know. So that's how we handle grand openings. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have clients that wait till the last minute to approve things, to push things, to oh, we're launching a new menu tomorrow. We didn't tell you, And that is the story of all of our freaking lives, right? Um, so when they do that, because they're going to, this episode isn't about how to get clients to stop doing that because let's just be real, they're all going to freaking do it. They are. And I don't know what industry all of y'all are in, but if I stay in hospitality, travel, tourism, they're going to freaking do this. I could beat my head against the wall thinking like, how do we get them to stop doing this? I'm just going to be realistic and say they're not going to stop doing this. So instead, let's figure out a way to manage it, right? And do the best we can. So this is, tough, but we literally had a conversation today about an event that was slated to be 8 days away and zero promotion had gone out about it. And I just had a heart to heart with the person of like, hey, can I be honest with you? I'm really worried if you want to make this happen. Like, I'm just afraid no one's going to feel good about the end result. Like, we're 8 days away. We've missed every single press opportunity. We're trying to sell 120 tickets. Like, I really just want to be honest. If you need to do it, we'll do it. I will go full steam ahead. But I'll be honest with you, I really realistically am not sure that we can give you the end result that you need, and that you want. So, and instead of just leaving it that and being like, we can't do it, or it's not going to end up well, give them options to say, okay, my thought is done. What if we push it back a month? What if we change it to be less of this and more of this? What if we take it from being a ticketed event to being something like this? I don't know, y'all. Get freaking creative, okay? But you got to come to them with other options. You can't just come to people and say, this isn't going to end well. And we don't see that we're going to sell 120 tickets. Give them options. If they're excited about it and they really want to do something, it's their business at the end of the day. So at least come to them, share your honest opinion of, I'm concerned about the turnout. I'm concerned we're 8 days out and we've missed every press deadline. So at least you have, I call it CYA, cover your ass. You covered yourself. And if they still say, no, I want to do it in 8 days, at least at that point you can say, afterwards when they're like, this sucked. You're like, well, Remember that conversation we had 8 days ago? And we also had it 16 days ago and 22 days ago. As long as you share your concern, usually they come back and you're like, dang, okay, she told us. She told us it was going to end up like this. Uh, but don't just come to them and tell them it's going to suck. Go back to them with another option of it. What if we scaled back and changed this a little bit? What if we did this instead? What if we, made it a niche experience and didn't charge the ticket for entry and just for this? Y'all come back with other options. So I'm gonna wrap it up because it's kind of rowdy in here. I guess the wine is starting to hit for everybody, but I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I know every single agency out there, I know every PR professional, I know every marketing professional is struggling with the same topic. It's like nobody gives us enough time to promote stuff. And then we end up with egg on our faces and they don't give us enough time and then they're pissed at us because things didn't turn out well. So I'd love to hear how you guys are handling it. And also if you just need to vent with me, like that's cool too. I get it. And I love when I get the DMs on Instagram of like, it's literally like 12 paragraphs of somebody that's like, my client did ABC. And I just read it and I'm like, dude, I feel you. I feel you so much. And I hope it was therapeutic for you to type that out. And sometimes that is therapeutic. Just if you know what I mean? Like somebody else who totally gets it. So I love y'all. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next episode.
That's it for today. If something in this episode landed for you, share it, screenshot it, and send it to someone in the industry who needs to hear it. And come connect with me personally on Instagram at @TheWhitneyLee, or you can find me on LinkedIn. See you next week.